Hello everyone, welcome back for another episode of Serena Gaming. We're back in NieR Replicant, which I've actually done a little bit of running around on my own just now. Delivered that tray to Seaside and accidentally started Popola's little side quest thing. I ran to the factory up near the junk heap and discovered that the enemies that drop the titanium alloy don't even spawn in anymore, so you can't go there to farm titanium alloy or get any at all, which is unfortunate. But okay. Just now, before I started, I switched over to this ridiculous weapon because I'm confused. I don't know what the different weapon weights mean, because Jonah's attacks don't appear to change or slow down at all. So I don't know what the downside is to using a heavy weapon. Or in this case, a very heavy weapon. Like, it does more damage and it swings just as fast. Why wouldn't I? Alright, lady, I got more mutton.
Guards make a
oh, yes, we know.
Here's your mutton, ma'am.
Oh, thank you. I swear these children of mine just love their mutton.
Okay. So she pays me 150 per mutton. Is that
Make sure
more
you stock
than...
up on necessities.
If I sell mutton, how much does it sell for? 60. Okay, so yes. Saving up 10 and giving her 10 mutton at a time is definitely the better deal. Other things, I can sell my wool. Sell my wolf hides, wolf fangs, giant cider stuff, goat meat I haven't had a need for yet. The rainbow spider silk and boar liver, they're so valuable that I'm wondering if there's going to be another use for them. The dented metal boards, I don't think I'm going to need that many. I'll save 50 just in case. Old school. Lizard tails. I apparently have to hold on to 5 of these. So in the last episode, Popola said there's only a special drink, like she has to have a special drink to work up her courage to sing in public. While I was in Seaside dropping off that tray, I accidentally talked to the barkeep once too many times, and he started the next part of that quest where he says, "Oh yes, I know Popola, I know what she likes to drink, but I can't make it for you right now because I don't have the ingredients. If you get me the ingredients, I will make it for you." Okay. The ingredients are 5 lizard tails and 5 mice tails. Mouse tails. So the tails of 5 mice. Yeah, so that's gross. I don't want to know how he's going to turn that into a beverage. It's best not thought on. And I also don't know... I don't think I have mouse tails. Like, I did not recall seeing that on the list. Yeah. So, not sure where I'm going to find that. Hopefully I'll just find them along the way. In the meantime, let's see if Devila will give us another side quest.
What have we got today? Which job should I give you first?
The postman's request.
I've got a job from the postman in Seafront. He needs your help with a personal matter.
Oh boy.
I wrote down the client's location on your map, so head over there to get the details.
Yeah, I know where the postman is. I still have not gotten the third fern I need to give to the barkeep in town here. I'm very frustrated. I don't know where those spawn or how to get them. Nobody sells them. Man, those boars are so scary. I'm wondering if I attack it, if it'll go aggro on me. Oh! Oh gosh! I forgot the deer take more damage. I also apparently forgot how to attack. Alright, locking on. Yeah, that's more like it. Looking around. Anybody have a fern? I would love to find a fern. A bunch of ore I can't use because this is not the Bronze Age. Deer antler. That one's new. Ores. I also did a swing by the creepy mansion and, you know, killed a couple spiders there. But there were not, surprisingly, I didn't get any of that rainbow spider stuff. Like, it's still a rare drop. Tree branch. And everything goes gray again. Yes, yes, I see you. Oh, also these guys poison, by the way. I don't think we had to deal with that last time I was here. Finish him! They laid babies! Gross, gross! Oh, where'd you come from? Wow, that is so gross. I don't think I'm going to use the finisher on them anymore. I did look up because I knew there was a move for, it says like if enemy is downed you can do a finishing move, so that's what I just did on the spiders, where when you flip them he really goes at it, but apparently that generates more spiders, so not worth it. We'll see if I can get anything else to be prone. Oh, I did. Let me see if I can get the same dialogue from this girl.
I promised my brother I'd come visit, but now he won't leave the house. Says his fingers are turning black or some such nonsense.
Yeah, that's not good. Oh, hi, Pollux. I hear you.
Ah, just the kid I was looking for.
The lady again?
What's up?
I've got a letter for the lighthouse lady, and I was hoping you could deliver it.
Yep.
The other postmen, well, they don't really want to deal with her.
You don't say.
I'd do it myself, but with my bad leg and all.
I used to be a postman like you, then I took an arrow to the leg.
Anyway, sorry to keep bugging you, but can you help?
Sure thing.
The lady hardly ever leaves that lighthouse, so you should start there. Oh, and thank you.
Like, yeah, I'm gonna go visit the old lady again. She's a hoot.
How dare he boss us around?
It's okay, Vice. At least we're helping people.
Ah, you are far too soft.
And you're just a cranky old man. Book.
I also tried some fishing in a river nearby, and the fish ate all of my bait. So I need to practice fishing a bit more. Hey, old lady, do you have anything I can steal? You're actually here. I was expecting them to send me on another chase.
Oh, you again.
Are you alright?
You took so much time delivering the mail, my illness has gotten worse. I'm lucky I'm not dead.
You truly are a staggering creature.
You are too spiteful to die.
Well, since you're here, I guess I should give you a little something.
Whoa, I can't accept this much.
Yes, you can.
It's fine, just take it. Take it and go. But bring the mail quicker next time. And I want to see a smile.
Is there no end to this madness?
Only in death. Nope, nothing here either. I would kill for some fast travel right now. Alright, so that was a little side quest in the opposite direction. Almost opposite direction of where I need to be going, so we'll run back to the village and actually work on the main storyline. Can I get down? Nope. Hey seals, enjoy. Somebody want to give me a fern? I'd love to get a fern. Hey spider, do you have a fern? I mean, it's not worth as much as the rainbow stuff, but not about to turn it down. me go in there. Alright, so we need to go north somewhere. Oh, to the Forest of Myth. Which, how do you just casually live in the Forest of Myth? Oh yeah, this big dude spawns when you come back. Oh, thought I was gonna dodge that. Maybe that's what the heavy does. Oof, that hurt. Ow! Hey, what was that? Oh, he does have range. Oh, come on, just die. And have the good sense to drop something. So inconsiderate. Ivy. No, not ivy. Fern. Fern. I've gotten 2 of them, so like we know they exist. Yeah, I was in the absolute opposite direction of where I needed to be. Still have not figured out how to slow down. I have not found any buttons that cause this thing to slow down. Okay, I think if you pull back in the correct direction. Oh, is there a hostile boar here still? Hey, do you want to be my friend? Do you want to be my friend?
Hey, it's a wild boar.
Have you the skill to hunt one of those down?
I don't know. They look pretty strong.
Huh. Let's dismount for a minute. Whoa, lots of you little guys.
This is impossible!
I thought I already had that one. Oh! Somebody decided to join. And die immediately. Okay, maybe not die. Yeah, I see you. I see you. We gonna play this game again? Come on. Let's play. Oh my gosh, you are strong. Thank you, Kaine, for the support on the little guy who doesn't want to die. Run away! Oh my gosh. How have you gotten stronger? Oh, that was scary. I totally got that off, you jerk. Kaine, a little help here? Come on, Kaine. Options, orders.
Kaine, I need help!
Oh, shoot. That was my moment. That was overly complicated. I don't know why Kaine doesn't participate in that hunt. I'd appreciate it if she did. But anyway, on to the Forest of Myth.
It sure is quiet here.
Such silence bodes ill. There's trouble on the way. I'm certain of it.
You know, a little optimism now and then wouldn't hurt, Vice.
Such cheek.
Yo, dude.
Beware the words.
The words? What do you mean?
Contagious words.
Yeah.
Those who dream.
Looking at you, Vice. Looking at you.
Those who dream?
Hold a moment. There is a strange new sensation in my mind. It is not quizzical.
Vice can read the narration.
What's going on?
Perhaps we should start by asking this man.
Who are you?
We heard something happened to this village, so we came to see if we could help.
If you can speak to me, I must have caught you in my dream.
In your dream?
The death dream. Oh, that's encouraging.
Now see here. Are you saying that we have been absorbed into your dream?
Well, yes. I think you have.
In other words, we've caught the death dream?
Ridiculous. Preposterous. Completely unfathomable on every conceivable level. I don't even recall falling asleep.
That's just how the death dream works.
My remarks are not to be pushed aside, fool.
Oh my gosh, the game went meta.
Something there must have caused you to enter my dream. A certain conversation, a specific word, something.
Grimoire Weiss does not engage in meaningless conversations. It does not seem to sting my pride, you bloated gasbag of a narrator.
I'm just gonna sit here and kind of absorb that for a moment.
It has demolished it utterly.
No, I think you still have plenty of pride.
I was doing no such thing. Just leave me alone already.
Nope. Oh, so now Jonah's gonna be mad? Did someone just say contagion? Sheep? Last month I've done nothing but study. Okay. Once this disease took hold... Sorry, I realized I should probably be reading this for people who just kind of listen along to the videos. Sorry for missing the last couple of minutes. But once this disease took hold, things changed. It's like someone took a sponge and soaked all the color out of our lives. I just want us to be whole again. I want us to be free. And I won't stop trying until it happens. Jonah nodded in agreement. Huh? Wait a second, I didn't nod? Look, if we can be of any help, said Jonah, just ask. Now hold on, I did not just say that. Silence, cried Weiss. The grimoire looked from Jonah to the mayor and back again, his face filling with confidence. Grimoire Vases is always confident, thank you very much. Now see here, Mayor, you told us that nothing can exist in this dream without you knowing of it. But yet you seem surprised to see us when we first arrived, yes? The mayor slowly raised his head, realization dawning on his face. Oh my god, he said. You're right, you're right. I had no idea you were coming. The human imagination is a limitless engine, said Weiss, and dreams are the fuel. If you can imagine an exit, then it must be so. With your permission, we shall search it out. Thank you, said the mayor. I don't know how I can repay you. Payment is not required. We are as eager as you to be done with this place. The mayor suddenly felt as if he could breathe again. He'd almost forgotten what it was like. Good luck, you two, he called at the departing forms of Jonah and Weiss. We're all counting on you. As Jonah slowly faded into the misty forest, the mayor was struck by a sense of déjà vu. I saw this man once before, he thought. But where? Jonah's mood darkened as he trudged through the forest. Hours earlier, when the beauty of the place was still a new thing, he'd been confident they could get in, find the exit, and be home in time for dinner. But the deeper they went, the more the forest closed in around them. The mist made it difficult to see more than a foot in any direction, and moss-covered rocks seemed determined to twist his ankle. More than once he'd been forced to steady himself on the rough bark of a tree, and his hands now left small trails of blood on everything he touched. Additionally, Weiss was proving to be a spectacularly poor traveling companion. Well, that's always the case. Unhindered by either terrain or physical effort, he spent most of his time urging Jonah to pick up the pace and grumbling about their slow progress. Finally, after Weiss muttered something about legless turtles being more adept at navigating the environment, Jonah snapped. Okay, Weiss, cram it for a second, would you? You don't have to walk. Jonah leaned against a tree and tried to stretch the knots from his back. How can this stupid forest be so big? He muttered to himself. The moment the words tumbled from his mouth, a cacophony of insects sprang to life. Every imaginable form of buzz, click, and hiss roared out at a volume that rattled his teeth. Jonah slapped his hand over his ears and screamed to be heard. Weiss, what's going on? Jonah could see Weiss's mouth moving, but he might as well have been shouting in a tornado. The insects screamed. The forest howled. And then, just as Jonah's ears seemed ready to tear from his head and go running for cover, the sound diminished. Hesitantly, he removed the hand from his left ear and listened to the creatures of the woods. Tweet, 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 tweet. Alright. Onomatopoeia, onomatopoeia. Onomatopoeia, onomatopoeia. As the insect symphony dimmed another decibel, Jonah began to detect patterns in the sound. This isn't random, he thought. It's not just white noise. It's something else. The insects weren't just calling out. They were asking a question. 1 with it is lacking. 2 with it is ideal. 3 with it is dangerous. What is it? 1 with it is lacking. What needs 2? By my pages, is this a riddle? I guess so. I mean, it sort of feels forced, but maybe it's the key to getting out of this place. Then I leave it to you to answer. 1 with it is lacking, 2 with it is deal, 3 with it is dangerous. What is it? The answer is a secret. The answer is a seesaw. How should I know? Oh, these are the things. Sorry, that's the answer. A secret. Inwardly furious that Weiss left the task to him, Jonah sighed and gave the only answer that made sense. It's a secret, right? The sound of the insect stopped as suddenly as it began. The forest undergrowth parted before Jonah like a rippling wave, opening a new path. These forest anthropods are making a road for us, said Weiss with glee. Pleased at passing the test, Jonah moved on with new intensity. The path offered his body relief from the undergrowth, but gave even greater cheer to his mind. As long as they were on a path, the journey had a purpose. I guess the forest has accepted us, huh? Said Jonah after a bit. Weiss spun around to face his companion. Do not mistake the will of this forest for some happy pet you can suddenly befriend. We have no idea where this path leads. As Weiss finished speaking, the pair turned a corner and found themselves facing a clear forest spring. Smiling, Jonah picked up a small rock and sent it skipping across the surface of the water. Good heavens, said Weiss. His surprise was understandable. Each time the rock struck the surface of the water, a musical note rang out. When the rock finally stopped moving and sank to the bottom of the spring, the ripples it left behind came together to form words. I enter through the window but break no glass. When night falls I vanish. What am I? Absurdly easy, barked Weiss. Now answer it. Jonah grit his teeth and tried not to reach out and strangle his companion. He's right after all. This one is pretty easy. Sunlight, right? Sunlight! A plume of water suddenly burst from the spring. Sunlight filtered through the trees and reflected off the plume, creating a shimmering rainbow that spanned the entire horizon. In all my years, said Weiss softly, I've never seen such a sight. Perhaps I have misunderstood the intentions of this place. Hey, look, cried Jonah, awakening Weiss from his daze. There's a house or something over there. Glancing in the direction of his friend's extended hand, Weiss saw a small cottage nestled among the trees. Okay, stopping a moment here. They refer to Jonah as Weiss's friends. Aw, Weiss really does care. That's weird, isn't it, Weiss? I mean, who would build a house all the way out here? Jonah walked over and pounded on the door. After a minute of solid banging, the door cracked open and a small man peered out. His body was cloaked from neck to toe in a large black cape, while his face was obscured by mist. Began Jonah. Before he could get any further, the cloaked man held up a hand and began speaking. I have 4 legs in the morning and 2 at noon, but at night with 3, what am I? But end the night with 3, what am I? Oh, come on, this one's this one's overdone. Alright, if we wish to engage this man in conversation, it seems we must answer his riddle. Yeah, I suppose. Well, at least it's an easy one. A man. The mist dissolved from the cloaked figure as he spoke a single word. Correct. With that, the man flung his garments aside, revealing his true identity. You're the mayor, cried Jonah. The small man slowly shook his head. I am not the mayor you know. Now listen to my words. Long ago, I saw a version of you that was not yourself. Sorry? What's that mean? It will make sense in time. At present, I simply congratulate you on cracking the seal of the death dream. Now you must go to the person at the forest entrance. With that, the man turned on his heel and slammed the door behind him. As Jonah watched, mist seeped up from the ground and enveloped the cottage, erasing it from existence. When Jonah and Weiss returned to the forest entrance, they found the mayor leaning against a tree. As soon as he caught sight of the duo, he sprang to his feet and scrambled over to them. "Good gravy," he cried. "You made it. You actually made it back." His left hand grasped Jonah's and pumped it so fiercely it threatened to dislodge from the socket, while his right seized Vice by the cover and swung him through the air. "God, by the heavens, stop shaking me, fool! We have not even told you if we were successful or not." The mayor smiled broadly and shook his head. "I'm just happy you're alive. I didn't think I'd ever see you again." Jonah withdrew himself from the mayor's eager handshake with a slight smile. "We broke the Death Dream seal," he said. "At least I think we did." The mayor's face beamed as Jonah filled him in on the details. When the tale was done, the three of them laid down on the forest ground and fell asleep. Jonah cocked his head. "Okay, hang on a second. This is crazy. Why would we just lay down and go to sleep?" "Cease your endless prattle and go to sleep, fool. Fighting against the rules of this place is futility itself." Jonah and the mayor obediently reclined atop the grassy earth. "Have you forgotten?" continued Vice. It is words that control the Death Dream, words that allow us to move from place to place. No matter how unnatural they seem, the words are absolute. Therefore, if the words tell us to sleep, then sleep we shall. And once we do, the story will continue." With that, the trio found their eyes growing heavy, their breath slowing. "This is the first time," began the mayor, "the first time I have felt tired since I was imprisoned here." His words were cut off by a loud, long yawn, and he remembered nothing more. They might have slept for an hour or a year. When they awoke, things had slightly more real quality to them. The mist felt thicker, the leaves greener. It was clear they had awakened from their dream. Jonah shook the mayor's shoulder gently. "Good news," he said. "I think we made it." "Oh wow," said the mayor in an odd voice. "We did it. I'm back." He blinked once and then again, as if not quite believing the sight before him. "You two have no idea how much this means. The Death Dream was spreading through our village, and I wanted to... Well, I thought I could figure out how to stop it, but I guess that wasn't the case. I must have caught the disease and become trapped in my own dream." The mayor started to stand, then collapsed back to the earth. He stared at his legs as if trying to remember how they worked, then glanced at Jonah and shrugged. Without a word, the young man reached down and pulled the mayor to his feet. "Real life may take some getting used to," said the mayor, as a wry smile crossed his lips. "You shall relearn in short order, I am sure," said Vice. "For now you should return to your home and rest." "No," said the mayor, swaying on unsteady feet. "No, I can't. Some of the villagers are still trapped in the Death Dream. I have to save them." The mayor slowly made his way to the divine tree in the center of the village, then bowed his head and prayed silently. "This is a holy tree," he explained when the prayer was finished. "It's the guardian of our village's history and memories." "Superstition will only make our mission harder," muttered Vice. "We should not put our faith in the gods." "Says the magic talking book?" The mayor shook his head. "Not the gods, the words. Legend says that our tree is home to a powerful magic known as a sealed verse." Jonah and Vice could not contain their surprise. It seemed a goal had been found in the most unexpected of places. "I say," muttered Vice, "this is certainly a stroke of luck." As the three of them said their goodbyes, Jonah mentioned the strange man who had given them the third riddle, and the mysterious words he had left them with. "I once saw a version of you that was not yourself," muttered the mayor. "What in the world does that mean?" Lost in thought, he stared into space for a long moment. "You know," he said softly, "this is going to sound odd, but I had a feeling I'd seen you before, too." Jonah tried to keep a straight face and failed, but the mayor didn't seem to notice. "Deja vu, right? Anyway, I figure it's just some kind of illusion created by the Death Dream. It probably doesn't mean anything." Jonah gave the mayor a nod and a smile, but inwardly his thoughts were racing. There's something wrong about the mayor and his words. And what exactly is going on here? That riddle would prove to be the most difficult one of all.
Oh, thank you so much. Now I can finally return to a normal life.
This is one of the most bizarre diseases I have ever encountered.
I know. That's why we have to help the other villagers, no matter what.
Yay, new magic. Summon magical spikes from the... Oh, yes! It's the impaling
For
one.
a sealed verse, that didn't take much effort.
Hey, it took a lot of effort from me reading, okay?
Yes, all a touch too easy if you ask me. It's almost as if someone was guiding us to this village.
Yeah, the narrator.
Don't overthink advice.
Alright. I'm gonna switch from Dark Lance to Dark Execution, because it's so badass. Hello, strange person.
This person must be dreaming too.
It would appear that way, yes.
Ah, sure, we've got a bit of time.
Can't say I'm very excited to go back there. That dream world sorta creeps me out.
Perhaps you should spend less time complaining and more time getting on with the mission.
Yeah.
I breathe air scented with death and resist the urge to laugh, for I know it will sound like the words of a madman. How long have I been in this fresh hell? My box, my prison, is tucked beneath a stairway in the long unused catacombs of some infinite castle. Outside I hear the sound of a funeral dirge that plays without end. Light has no place here. Wind is a forgotten friend. I pray for death to come, but he forsakes me. Time passes, and eternity slips by in a single tick of the clock. Someone knocks on my prison. "Anyone there?" I hear an unfamiliar voice say. My savior. I claw at the door of my jail, embedding thick splinters under my ragged nails. I scream for help. I laugh. I sob. Surely this is a product of my addled mind. Surely it cannot be true. "Help me," I cry. "For the love of all the gods, help me." Impossibly, I hear the sound of a lock being torn out and falling to the floor. As the door slowly creaks open, I have just enough time to see a silver-haired boy and a floating book before the light pours inside. My eyes, accustomed to blackness, explode with pain. I am forced to turn away. "Who are you?" I ask, shaking hands covering my face. "How have you come to this place?" "I am Grimoire Weiss. This is Jonah. Long we have been searching for you. Now come, stand. We shall awaken from this nightmare together." The one known as Jonah extends his hand and pulls me from the cell. Though my eyes are slow to adjust to freedom, my ears are as keen as ever, and they recognize the staccato sounds of heavy rain. "I never thought to hear that again," I whisper. "Would that this were not such a terrible storm," said Grimoire Weiss. "Look at your feet." I force my eyes open and see water pooling around my ankles and lapping at my shins. There's so much of it. Yes, and more comes each moment we delay. If we do not make good our escape, we shall all drown in this castle. We know you are weak, but you are our only hope to survive this place. Time, that long-forgotten friend, made itself known again. I nodded my head and swore to save my rescuers, no matter the cost. The castle catacombs are a maze, twisting upon themselves, like the endless entrails of a giant. I squint down the dim corridors and proceed north. At the end of the corridor, I find a row of 20 gorgeous canopied beds resting atop a carpet of velvet. All are covered in a thick layer of dust and cobwebs. Searching for the door to the next room, I come upon a shapeless mass of gray matter. It has been shoved against the side of the wall, and despite my fever, I think I see the outline of a door just beyond. When I reach out a finger and touch a piece of the mass, it turns to dust and drifts away on the wind. Realization slowly dawns, and I fall to my knees and weep. Corpses, I face a mountain of charred and crumbling corpses. I look from it to the beds and back again until the horror dawns full upon me. Someone has piled these bodies into a tower and set them ablaze. Whether they were alive or dead, I do not know, and sanity will not permit me to consider the proposition further. I make a sound, whether scream or laughter, I cannot be certain. Then my mind grants me merciful blackness, and I find myself opening the door and leaving that most terrible of rooms. I squint down the dim corridors, and proceed east. I squint down the dim corridors and proceed north. At the end of the path, the waters rise to my waist, exhausting my body, both physically and spiritually. I pray that this is the way out. Eventually I can stand the sight of the waters no longer, and so turn my eyes upward. Imagine my surprise when I see a series of paintings hanging on the faded wall. Each depicts a person in the prime of life, clad in clothing of the highest quality. The styles, however, are strange to me, leading me to believe that these people have lived long, long ago. One subject wears an outfit that particularly catches my eyes. It is constructed of a thin, breezy cloth and decorated with a motif of flowers and birds, while encircling the figure's waist is a leather belt of the most perfect construction. It is a stunning costume even by modern standards. As I gaze at the portrait, I am struck by a desire to touch it with my own hands. Yet as I extend a single finger to the painting, I am gripped by a most unpleasant feeling. Staring closely at the image, I see it bend and warp into the shape of another finger. Something behind the picture is pointing at me. Is it another prisoner? A fellow inmate trapped for eternity in this place? I cannot let it pass, and so I seize the portrait with both hands and throw it into the water. The wall is hollow behind the painting, and inside I can just make out a body. Whether or not this is a prisoner, there would be no rescue. The poor soul is long dead. Scraps of clothing lie on the floor around the bones. Only a small amount of the fabric has survived, but it features the same delicate designs that were depicted in the portrait. I have been admiring a row of corpses, blocked from view by portraits of each victim at their pinnacle. Enough! Shielding my eyes, I paddle forward through the water. I squint down the dim corridors and proceed south. Alright. So we had come east and then north. Let's try east again. At the end of the path, I find my... oh, jeez. I find myself in a great hall with only the sounds of rain for comfort. The waterlogged red carpet squishes beneath my feet as I approach the center of the room. Once there, I behold a beautiful dining table, upon which rests china and silver of the finest construction, as well as the remains of a fantastic feast. As my eyes continue to adjust, I see many chairs surrounding the table, each holding a dinner guest. Great. Noticing movement, I approach the chair at the table's head. But as the truth of the matter dawns on me, I recoil in horror. You're really not learning, dude. The host of the feast is a corpse, as are all the invited guests. An army of foul, wriggling insects have made homes in their remains, and this is the movement I saw. Oh, great. This once splendid feast was now nothing more than a requiem for the damned. I take a moment to steady my hands, then slowly back away from the table. Desperate to lose sight of the abomination before me, my gaze lands on the chairs upon which the dead were seated. This is a mistake, for the chairs prove to be even more terrible than the feast itself. Each one is covered in a layer of spikes that run from the seat, up the back, and down the arms. This explains the color of the carpet beneath my feet. I can only pray that the unfortunate diners were dead when the meal began. For if not, it is a simple task to envision the agonized screams that must have sprung forth from their mouths. My mind grasped frantically at the possibility that these souls had committed some terrible crime for which this was the punishment. Though in truth, I suspect they had committed no crime at all. Like, did we stumble into, like, one of the houses from the Saw series? There would be no tomorrow for these unfortunates. This was their last supper. I squint down the dim corridors. There's a north from here? Against all hope, we make it to the front door. Break it down, someone cries, and so I give myself to the effort. In tandem with Jonah and Grimoire Weiss, I slam my body against the thick, sturdy door. On the third try, it gives way, and we find ourselves sprawled on the ground outside the castle. The storm is in retreat, the clouds above are still dark and foreboding, but to the west I can see a thin shimmer of sunlight trying to break through. How can I thank you? I cry, as tears join the rain on my cheeks. I would surely have died in there. Looking down, I suddenly notice that my dress is in tatters, and sheepishly try to cover my exposed skin. Alright, I'm gonna nickname you Io. Your dress, asks Weiss. Then you are a woman, madam? I am. I proffer the two a smile. I suppose that comes as something of a surprise, seeing as how I exist only in the form of words. I can see that the one known as Jonah is disappointed that the torn dress will be given no further description, but he hides it well. You sly dog. With a nod and a shrug, the three of us set forth to our awakening. But behind us, an awakening of another kind is taking place. Black smoke fills the abandoned castle, providing the countless damned souls inside with their final shroud. After a moment, the castle's windows shatter with a mighty roar. A fresh breeze blows through the hallway and corridors, clearing the smoke away for good. As we watch in awe, uncountable black shadows slowly flicker to life, crossing to and fro in front of the broken windows. The castle's dead have awakened to their new life, as shades.
You have anything to say about that?
Hopefully there will be no labyrinth next time.
I hear that.
Alright, now I'm gonna go save. Oh my gosh, not helping more people. No, no, no. Where's the save point? This is amazing and cool, but also exhausting having to read. So, thank you all for joining me. We are going to continue saving villagers next time, and I will make sure to have plenty of water or maybe hot tea to help my throat through it all. Alright, take care.